time to waste. We must join our brethren in battle.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft War Remastered. Today on Blue Storm, it's going to be Sacsri, and it's going to be SnOw in a PvZ here. It's a long PvZ. I want to see how Sacsri hangs with SnOw, dude. So bottom left, it's going to be our Zerg player. It is Sacsri. He is teal. And in the top right of Blue Storm, it's going to be a blue Protoss. It is SnOw under a Smurf name, WGM.111. Now, I guess part of the answer as to why Sacsri can hang with SnOw for a long macro game is based on the fact that it's a 2018 match that RJB dug up for me and said it is a high priority for you, man. And there are a lot of high priorities, so I just got to it. I have so many replays. And if the plans go according to how I set them, then this is going to go on Saturday, like October the... I don't know, 18th or something? And I've probably been streaming a whole bunch here on YouTube and on Twitch. So, maybe watch for that if you haven't seen it. Anyway, Overlord crossing the map here on Blue Storm. It's a weird map, man. I've cast on this map a bunch of times. We've got these really far away bases in the corners here. We've got, you know, kind of nice little easy to defend third bases, which is kind of nice here on Blue Storm, but you got to worry about tanks setting up over here or here and firing on your extractor and your hatchery, but no tanks in this game, so that's good. And we are definitely going pool extractor here. So Sacsri says, 2-player map, early ling pressure, don't mind if I do. And it is a forge opening because SnOw is playing this extraordinarily safe here on Blue Storm. It's a 2-player map. Sacsri, I mean, not that he's known for being aggressive, but every Zerg player has that in their back pocket, right? Just got to keep the Protoss player honest. Got to make it so that they're thinking about early pools, even if they're not coming. Make them scout, right? So, SnOw is scouting. SnOw comes down and says, okay, your pool's done. Are you not actually Oh, you're not saturating your gas now because you got 100 gas already and metabolic boost is on the way and you pulled off of gas. So he's like, okay, so this is gotta be... You don't have gas and you're not saturating it. This was you had gas saturated, but all you want is metabolic boost right now. So we're going to go ahead and throw up cannon and then a nexus, and we're going to be ahead. That's it. SnOw's responded to this perfectly. Second cannon is... You know what? Let's get the second cannon for 6 lings, especially if they have speed. I can assume that Sacsri's not going to try to jump on this without the speed upgrade. So he's going to wait for speed to finish. And then, yeah, there's a gateway coming in here too. Overlord pops and sees, okay, so you did spend cash on a second cannon. You did spend, you're getting a gateway. You are expanding. So he's like, can I ling flood you? I'm going to go ahead and take a second base. That could just be for larva, though. That could be an attempt of Sacsri to ling flood, as he doesn't seem to be doing that. And yeah, I mean, this probe is kind of keeping these lings away, but it doesn't... There you go. Probe dies. I don't think we wanted to jump on this anyway until speed's done, but guess what? Speed is done. So maybe it did, and he doesn't want to go that way anyway. He's going to come this way. So there is an alternate path. This ramp can lead down, and you can maybe squeak past, but nope, I think that is a nice wall from SnOw. Probes at the front, too. If you're going to jump on this, you got to jump on this. So he's maybe going for the... He goes for the run by, and he gets 4 lings inside the main base. This is disastrous for SnOw. Oh, this is so bad for SnOw. 4 lings inside your main. These aren't Jaedong lings, but these are Sacsri lings. And no, he's never won an ASL or anything, but dude is, you know, he's an elite Zerg player who can cause you a lot of problems. He's not just going to let your probes kill all of these lings immediately, right? He's going to be annoying with them. He's going to try to definitely kill this pylon. Pick up as many probes as he can. He gets a probe. One of these lings is very... 2 of these guys are in the red. Another probe almost dies. But look at this. Just the probe micro to buy enough time. To let this pylon stay alive so the cannon can finish. That is so good. Third base top left from Sacsri during the ling pressure. He knows there's no way you can get units across the map and pressure me when you have lings inside your main. It's exactly what happened. So Sacsri, good job. He's recovering from the fact that this Nexus is way earlier than the second base for him. He's getting a third base really quick in response to it, too. He's getting a lair. He went back into gas for a minute. He's still getting gas, which to me indicates, well, obviously he wants a Spire, but let's see how much gas he's going to gather. Whether he just wants a couple Scourge, whether he wants to get a Hydra Den out. But yeah, these Lings scouting around, they see the Cyber Core timing and go, can I maybe get a Spire down before the Stargate? Nah, at this point, Stargates build a lot faster than Spires do, so there's no chance. There's the Spire. Spires take forever. 600 hit points compared to 600 hit points. But, like, look how much faster it builds. Zerg buildings build slowly, especially for things like mutas, because you can build 9 mutas immediately when this thing finishes, and you can only build 1 Corsair at a time when this thing finishes. So it's a 600 HP plus 600 shields building that's going to finish like 3 times as fast as the Spire is. I love these Lings taking shields off of that Stargate, though. I mean, if you want to make mutas and you want to snipe the Stargate, it's weaker now. But yeah, look at this. Finishing up, and the Spire's like halfway complete. So yeah, twice as fast. Twice as fast to build a Stargate, but it's fair. Makes perfect sense. If Spires built as fast as Stargates did, we'd have muta openings that were impossible to stop for Protoss. I guess maybe they get some cannons up or something, but it would suck. It would really suck if you couldn't get Corsairs out in time. It's like StarCraft 1. StarCraft 1, before Brood War came out and Corsairs existed, mutas were just unstoppable in all matchups. It was just mass muta all the time, and it's like, boy, I sure hope these Marines with no medics to heal them can stop the mutas, or maybe these Wraiths can do it, perhaps? Or I don't know, maybe the Dragoons can get rid of them, or there's just no answer for them. So that's why, I know I've said this 1,000 times, but Brood War is so centered around anti-Mutalisk, it is funny. It is the one priority that the StarCraft developers had when they were making Brood War. We gotta get rid of all this muta stuff because it is the suck for everybody. So Corsair sees the third base, sees the macro hatch, just counting around. I mean, there's Scourge. You can't stop and shoot anything because there are Scourge shooting you, and Sacsri is going for the Mutalisks, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. It is time for the Mutalisks here today. Templar Archives finishing up. Probably just for Storm, but I don't know. If your opponent's going Mutalisks and Lings, Archons are not bad. But High Templar are better. Oh, DTs are actually better too, I guess, according to our guy SnOw here. Now, you know this is an older SnOw game because the man is not going robotics yet. He would already have a robotics if it was SnOw in 2024. He would have had one 2 minutes ago. But instead, he's putting all of his tech into +1 Corsairs, into Gateways. He would still probably have +1 Corsairs, but also he would have snuck. He would have snuck some. Ooh, good Scourge connection there. A robotics in there too, and made some Reavers. Or at least just one, maybe, right? Just one. So the mutas are taking some Corsair hits, but we're not going heavy on the mutas. Just trying to keep the Corsairs at home to defend against the mutas, and then the Overlords, who are slow Overlords, can be out on the map a little bit more and better at detecting DTs, because holy crap, there are DTs out, which did get spotted by Sacsri. So he's getting a sunken up at his third. He's got some Lings to defend here at his natural, plus Overlords, more and more Overlords, because if these Corsairs jump on your Overlords and kill them all, DT has free reign. That's the whole point of Corsair DT, right? Right. You guys know how this thing works. So, okay, Hydra's really good against DTs if, you know, the DTs are detected and stuff. I mean, just trying to snipe down a cannon is cool and all. Okay, Scourge, make a connection on one of those DT, or one of those Corsairs, but I mean, there are 5 of them, and 2 of them have taken a hit, but the others have not. They're at 100% HP, and that +1 Corsair attack is finishing. I'm calling it a Corsair attack and not a +1 flyer attack because there won't be anything else using this +1 attack today. And we're not going to see any Arbiters. We're not going to see any Carriers. So it's going to be Corsairs, friends, that enjoy the benefits of that +1 attack at the Cyber Core. No sign of a quick hive or anything from Sacsri. Is macroing. Macro hatch, macro hatch, macro hatch here on 3 bases. Tons of Hydras. Might try a 3-base Hydra bust here. If your opponent invests a ton into Corsairs, which Hero's done here. It's 6 Corsairs. They're not cheap. With +1 attack, also not cheap. And then you can show up and deal enough damage with Hydras at this natural base, especially from this high ground. It could be very good. That's why Storm's on the way, right? SnOw recognizes, okay, I'm leaving myself vulnerable to Hydras. I gotta have something to deal with those guys. And that's why we were given Psionic Storm by the gods of the balance patches back in the day of 1998. One Corsair goes down, a Muta goes down. Not really fair trades, but, you know, trades are trades. That was a good trade for Sacsri, and that's how he's hanging in this game. So yeah, SnOw fans are like, where are the Reavers, Falcon? It's a 2018 game. SnOw had not quite leveled up yet. At the time I was casting StarCraft, I really just put him on the same patch of the rankings as Rain, honestly. I thought SnOw and Rain played very similarly. Both were very good Protoss, but neither of them I felt like were terrifying Protoss. And then SnOw leveled up, and now he's a terrifying Protoss. It happens, man. It happens. Like, some players never quite get the level up they want, even though they're trying and they're doing their best, and sometimes you do grow up to be a beautiful, majestic acorn tree. Is that a thing? Do they call them acorn trees? What kind of trees have acorns? I guess just acorn trees, right? Why do I feel like I've never heard them called that before? Speedlots against Zealots, we know that setup. You know how that always goes. DT's got 2 kills. He's really, really primed for more, though, folks. Yeah, looks like he had to kill a cannon to open up a Dragoon walking path out of his main base to defend his attempt at getting a 3rd base here. It's a minerals-only base. Plus, there's this high ground that can be really annoying to deal with. So, expanding here, not crazy fun. Although Sacsri took it, so hey. SnOw's like, if Sacsri can take this base, then I totally can, too. How's that sound, folks? Sounds great, I say. Bit of a drone transfer, pathing, making them zigzag across these stairs down to the 4th base. It is 54 workers to 56 in favor of SnOw, but not as much of a lead as he would like. And he's moving out, man. He's feeling brave. He scouts the hive timing, sees that thing's on the way, can click on it, see how far along it is. And then maybe don't fly directly into Hydras. Good control there. He's like, I know those Hydras are around here somewhere. Maybe pick up. Oh, does get 1 Overlord. Ooh, but loses a Corsair for it. That's a good trade for Sacsri, too. But here comes our Speedlot Dragoon High Templar army with 1-1. Here to deal with the mass Hydralisk play with a little bit of lurker support here, too. Okay, maybe more than a little bit, as there are going to be 6 lurkers on high ground. Yeah, coming up this way is not where you want to go, SnOw. Maybe don't try to attack up this ramp. Maybe do. No, he's like, nah, absolutely not. Like, the whole army's sitting there, and it's high ground. It's getting through this choke sucks. So, yeah, Sacsri defending this area. Dodging storms with lurkers. Not easy to do, man. And he doesn't have detection yet. An observatory is now getting fired up. That's what you get for the late Robo. Good storm. Look at this position you can kind of hide a High Templar in. Get 3 drone kills on that sucker. Ooh, 5 kills total, though. Maybe it was more than, maybe it was 5 kills. 56 to 47 workers in favor of SnOw. 3rd base, happily running. Minerals only, but you got to make Zealots anyway. So why not? Adrenal getting fired up. Defiler Mound getting fired up, too, pretty much simultaneously. Sacsri is prioritizing the Defilers along with the Adrenal, which is man after my own heart. Cairn Amulet is on the way. Yeah, you're just not getting through this. Either way, like, Zerg's not getting through this, and Protoss is not getting through this. But again, if you set up in a position right there, you can storm these minerals, and it's super annoying. So, I mean, SnOw's taking advantage of the features of the map to be annoying. It's a supply block on Sacsri. He's at 42 drones now. He's taken some worker hits pretty much entirely at this natural, and I guess buildings he's had to make too. He's making 10 overlords at a time. He's like, I would like to be not supply blocked ever again, please. Consume's coming in about the same time that Adrenal is finishing these Dragoons, extending a little bit too far, but controlling Brood War is not easy, folks. Not an easy thing. Tastosis in the SSL cast that I watched today, which is October 10th. So I watched Sulky versus Light. Super fun series, by the way. But yeah, I made the point that it's not just chess. You don't just have to outthink your opponent. You actually have to out-execute, too. In chess, you move a chess to the place it's supposed to go. Everyone can do that. I guess if you're really disabled, you can't. But the vast majority of people can. Ooh, robotic support bay coming in. But in video games, you can outthink your opponent and know what to do to win And you still have to do it, and it's hard. That's why video games are fun. Good. Storm's here, and the man's getting Reavers too. SnOw! SnOw still believes in the power of the Reaver as more of a late game unit. He will come to accept it as an early game unit eventually, but for now in 2018 he is not. Bottom right base up for SnOw too. Sacsri's in trouble, folks. He's here defending. Yeah, man. Defend, 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 but high ground really helping Sacsri in this position for sure. There's an Archon back here. He got 10 kills. I think some of those kills came when he was too high Templar, but blah, 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 blah. Good job. Good job, my guy. Hydras. Oh, no. These high Templar are trying to run, but getting target fired and assassinated and caught up on a little bit of the architecture. And no, the high Templar all get murdered. It is Zealots and Dragoons now, not nearly as good as Zealots and Dragoons and High Templar as SnOw is fleeing. But the man's on 4 bases, and the enemy is on 4 bases here. So he's feeling okay about that. He's feeling just fine about that. Yeah, cannoning up this 4th base. He's like, do you have this base yet? Or this base? There's only 2 places you can go from here, folks. Sacsri's like, I know. So the battle of the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock will begin now. If SnOw can handle one of these bases, he's got the game won. If he can handle none of these bases, as an Overlord gets picked off here too, and Sacsri takes one of these bases, then Sacsri wins. That's the math here. So Sacsri takes it. He's thinking about taking the 12 o'clock. He really gosh darn should. Ooh, good Zealot. Good unload. Good Zealot unload here. I mean, there are some Cracklings, and they do have +1 armor. So Cracklings trade pretty well against Zealots. I'm not sure if they have the upgrades or quite the numbers to do that. Yeah, Lurkers at this stage of the game where there's so much Storm is just really, really tough, but it'll work. So these Lings plus these Hydras should be enough to handle 4 Zealots, but guess what's coming in next? More Zealots. So hey, my math needs to be recalculated. Look at he's just casually shuttling in a ton of Zealots into this dark area that Sacsri cannot see. Loving that. That's really... He's just going mass speed lot over here. And then continuing to dance in the middle of the map. Sacsri, more and more Lurkers all the time. Plague-oo! Catching a bunch of those Zealots. Sick plague there from Sacsri. They're all sick plagues, though. Some sicker than others. And then just running 12 Zealots into the main base of Sacsri being like, yo, did you expect this? And Sacsri's like, I expected something. Man, Cracklings trading way better than non-upgraded Lings, but all of a sudden they're gone. Zealots on top of these drones, working out 62 to 47. Then we come in with a High Templar and some more Zealots. And maybe try to storm up here a little bit, thin the crowd. Actually, there's a High Templar here. He's just not fighting at the moment. Oh, this whole engagement. SnOw maybe not microing as well over here as he would want. He catches a plague. Never mind, he totally wins that fight, nevertheless. He just kind of A-moves up here. There was a High Templar. Did he die without getting a storm off? And the 12 o'clock base off Sacsri's gonna die. This is such a tough map for Zerg for this reason. Because you need to be a base up, and being a base up on Blue Storm is really tough if you get into the late game against a Protoss or a Terran. So, Sacsri's in all of the trouble. Plus, he's attacking into a choke up here into this 12 o'clock position. But I don't know. SnOw's backed into a corner a little bit. He catches another plague. I like how there are drones up here, like him retaking the space is a foregone conclusion. There's still a ton of army up here, but it's trapped. I don't know if there's anywhere to go. Okay, Dark Swarm comes up. Zealots lead the charge. They don't care about the Dark Swarm. The Dragoon shots are doing nothing. All the Zealots die. The Archon is dead, and now Sacsri gonna retake this base immediately. Can he? There's a Lurker in the way. He can't. Adrenaling's gonna wipe this out. No, SnOw sending some reinforcements to try to retake this base, maybe prevent it from happening at all. But Lurkers in the choke. Lings running down, getting some hits off. Oh my gosh, the reinforcements from SnOw are so big right now. These Lurkers, though, with 2-2 upgrades, pretty strong. Zealots getting eaten alive with 2-2 upgrades as well. With these Cracklings, they now have a +1 attack and a +2 armor. That shuttle just is like, okay, bye, I guess. Sacsri could expand down here. I mean, with all the focus of SnOw at this 12 o'clock. I think expanding down here to the south would be a good idea. Free shuttle is free. I don't think the shuttle has speed either, hilariously. SnOw is trying to go slow shut. Yeah, he's like, hang on a second. I need shuttle speed. He fires it up now at 20 minutes. Great stuff here. Okay, speed lots are scary. They have the +3 attack now, which makes them the scariest they're ever going to be. More Reavers being added in. Zealots are like, do you have this base? No, great. We're going to shuttle. We're going to do that same move again. See, this is why you have lurkers defending your main base. I mean, I guess maybe if we just shut this thing down before... Oh, drop! A drop at the main base on SnOw, though. Dark Swarm. There are Reavers here. Reaver! Get picked up. You're going to die to a lurker. No, damn it. No, it survives with all of 6 hit points to fight another day here. And defense. Ergling not fighting against the Reaver. Maybe they don't know how low its HP is. Also an engagement down here. Crackling still trying to fight against Zealots. Mostly a little bit of Storm support here as well. But that's a lot of Zerg blood. I think this is cleared out now. I mean, there are still a handful of 3-2 Cracklings inside your main base and a Defiler. Maybe plaguing these gateways and setting the Lings on them would be a pretty good idea. Oh, this is SnOw taking the 6 o'clock. What did I say? What did I say about SnOw taking either the 6 o'clock or the 12 o'clock? That's doom. That is doom for Sacsri. Sacsri cannot let this happen. He can't. He needs to kill this while hanging on to this. That's how he needs to do it. He cannot win this game if he has half, or, you know, if half of the income in this game is his. He needs more than half of the income in this game to be his. We'll see what it is at the final total here, but it's looking like SnOw's got this thing well in hand here at 21 minutes. More lurkers dying to Storm all the time. They provide their value, but they also die, just like everything Zerg has. And everything Protoss has, too. Everything provides value and dies. Huge engagement. Sacsri's swarming on top here, burrowing the lurkers in. Getting a couple spine hits off. The Reavers with the Archon support does splash damage, plus the reinforcing Zealots coming in. Trying to do what they can. The Obs are plagued and back away from the lurkers. An unplagued Observer comes in to provide that vision to where they are. Oh, yeah. 2 lurkers a little bit too close to each other. These are too close to each other, too, to avoid the Storm. But as long as this happens, I don't know. I don't think Sacsri can do anything in the middle of the map that helps him win this game if he doesn't shut down that 6 o'clock. Wiping out this army will allow him to take that 6 o'clock down, but he needs to take it down first, and he is. Reinforcing Zealots and Archons come in, but no. Not interested. Overlord sees these probes transferring. Okay, consume, come down. Let's go ahead. Dark Swarm this up and go to town, folks. But no, SnOw sneaks around the high ground path. Says, you have to get through us first. And unloads a Reaver on the position 2, making it much more defensible. Beautiful plague on those Zealots. Crackling's doing so well. Archon gonna go down. Does have 6 kills before he explodes. Hydra's great answer to those Archons. As always, Reaver shots coming in. High Templar with 4 kills. Chased down and executed. Dark Swarm still here because Dark Swarm lasts forever. Get a lurker or 2 down here. There's a Reaver, though. Hold on. There's a 12-kill Reaver defending it. Sacsri goes full send. Get on top of that Reaver. Sacrifice your little squishy bodies. Can he pick it up in time to save it? No. He comes in to deliver another Reaver, and there's no need to save it. He completely shuts this down with double Reaver and Cannon and High Templar. He knows the recipe to save this base. What a sick maneuver. They're out of SnOw here at 23 minutes. And this really, really puts SnOw ahead in this game right now. He's up in overall supply. He's up in worker count. His income is about that, even with the Zerg player, and the Zerg player is very sad about this fact. Every Zerg is crying. Hey, a Greater Spire's on the way. Dude, it is Guardian Week on the channel. Last week, I think, was more Guardian Week on the channel. I had 3 straight casts that featured Guardians in ZVTs and ZVPs. It was crazy. If you missed Guardian Week, go back and watch it, man. Check out the videos tab on my channel, youtube.com/FalconPaladin. And you'll be happy to see there are a ton of casts there. I've been posting 7 days a week in October, including Fridays, because I don't usually post on Fridays, but thanks to a big donation from Michael out on PayPal, it was $100. I said, okay, yes, I will post on Fridays for you, sir, and I have. And they've been some bangers, too. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, man. I am here literally 7 days a week with this stuff. Great, amazing games. StarCraft of all matchups and all varieties. Check it out, check it out. All right, Defiler really wants to plague these Zealots. Some of them are already plagued, but you know, can't really differentiate who you're plaguing when you're plaguing a giant ball of Zealots, can you? No, you cannot. So some of these guys have already been plagued. It doesn't matter. Some of them have not been plagued previously, and it does matter. But you just do your best in this situation. Oh, he's sniping. Okay, here we go. Oh, he catches the plague, snipes a Defiler for it, though. Reaver didn't get plagued. Nice dodge. This is the SnOw. This is the SnOw that we love, ladies and gentlemen. Using shuttles with the Reavers in battles at the 23-minute mark of the match. This is not him being like, oh, it's 10 minutes. I guess I'll unload a Reaver on an enemy base and kill a bunch of drones, and then if that works or if it doesn't work, he never really goes back to it. Or there are just kind of Reavers defending bases, or Reavers maybe slow pushing as part of the comp here. But yeah, shuttling around, defending bases, attacking with it, being active with this Reaver. This is a SnOw special. This is what he's working on. These clumped up probes are scary, man, but no lurkers in town to deal with that at all. The Archons are holding it down. Oh my gosh, those Archons. 10 kills and 13 kills apiece. Absolute monsters of their craft, which is being an Archon. You can major in that in university on Ire. Although I think Ire is dead in the current meta and lore, so Shakuris, I guess. But yeah, 12 o'clock base from Sacsri, 6 o'clock base from SnOw. The current situation, what it has been for about the last 6 minutes, is favoring SnOw. He's up. 40 supply, 30 supply. I don't know. I can do basic maths. Sometimes I can't. We get a scout to try to answer these Guardians that are being produced. We knew about the Greater Spire. We assumed it was probably Guardian. And then we're getting a scout to deal with the Guardian. Dude, that is just like the game that I posted last week. I think it was Best versus Soma. And it had a Guardian that ended with like 27 kills. Maybe a high record for Guardians on my channel in 1v1 regular matches at the pro level. Maybe a record period on the channel, even in fastest maps, which is what I'm thinking of, because Guardians are really popular in fastest maps. Pretty good. Anyway, nice plague. Sniping the Reaver down. One down. Reaver down. No, gets picked up. No, gets sniped. Shuttle tried to get it. Couldn't quite pull it off there. And this right here, this little thing, this very basic thing of these workers going into the assimilator, returning with gas, going onto these mineral patches, returning with minerals, is how this game is going to be won by SnOw. Hey, look, we wandered into cannon range as a Guardian. Please don't die to this cannon. Please don't. Come on. Guardians are so dumb. They're so dumb. Reavers will wander into cannon range too if you let them. There's a lot of dumb, supposedly siege units in StarCraft. Guardian is definitely top of the list. Okay, storm up. Guardians harassing this base. Hey, this cannon might actually die. Scout! There's a scout to deal with the two scouts to deal with the Guardians. Hey, hey, who wants Corsairs? They don't kill Guardians fast enough. Scouts kill them really fast. Are we going to give the scouts any upgrades? Remember earlier when I was like, the only units that will take advantage of this +1 flyer or air attack will be the Corsair. And then I listed a bunch of flying units that Protoss has, and not one of them was the scout because I didn't remember the scout exists. It's so neglected. Look at it killing overlords. It's completely shutting down this Guardian stuff. Sacsri's not going to make any more of those. Sacsri is up. 195 to 177 supply. Okay, 189 to 177 supply. Oh, this is... All right, man's going for the drop. There are scouts on defense here. Reavers here, too. What is going on right now? There's 4 Reavers here, and Storm, and Scouts. This is not a base that is going to die, ladies and gentlemen. All of the Zerglings are dead, except for this guy outside of the mineral line who got stuck behind here somewhere. But, oh, we can slip a Scarab in there, no problem. Okay, hang on. Hydra's jumping. Oh, they sniped the Reaver containing, or the shuttle containing the Reavers. We are doing an Archon dance. Please let us Archon dance. Say the High Templar. And, oh my gosh, did he actually kill this base? Sacsri lost so much stuff. I cannot believe he might actually win that drop. There were 4 Reavers and High Templar and Scouts at that position. Nice plague. Dude, Nexus down. The only question is, did Sacsri kill this in enough time for it to work for him? Okay. Is that another plague? Why that? The father wandered out there with like full hit points, didn't do anything because he recognized Dark Swarm's not going to do jack against all of these Zealots and Archons. So we're going to save that. We'll plague later maybe. I don't know, but this Nexus is down. Sacsri now has the economic advantage, but was it too little too late? If he manages to take the 6 o'clock, that's going to be a huge freaking deal for him. There are still enough resources here, about 1,000 minerals per patch, and 3,400 gas on that geyser. If he can hang on to it, he will have the economic path forward to win this match. Neither player has much of a bank right now. Dude, is Sacsri actually going to win this game? I thought SnOw had spent way too much time with that 6 o'clocker for Sacsri to have a path forward here at all. God, this is crazy. This is absolutely banana stuff here. Reaver shot. Big deal. Yes, this Reaver control by SnOw is not quite 2024 SnOw, but it's pretty good. And this speed shuttle helps so much, sniping those guys from forever away. Those Lings are like, what? Then unloading some Archons, maybe to shut this base down. And yes, Archons against Lurkers are pretty great, man. They take damage, but they do a ton of damage as well. And okay, all right, Dark Swarm is up. Archon shutting that hatch down while his friends and comrades fight for their lives over here. Archon just like, la 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 la. Just all in a day's work. Oh, these drones are coming in. Archon changes trajectory, gets on top of the drones. No! Sacsri, I know you're worried about everything that's happening over there, but you sent drones to die. This Archon is crushing it. 18 kills, and suddenly SnOw. He's down 30 supply, but I don't know. It's 45 to 45 workers. These Hydras are definitely going to kill this Archon, but the Archon with 19 kills getting it work, and that's it. SnOw taps out. GG. Sacsri gets the win. My heart rate is up. I think yours probably is too. But Sacsri gets the win. Absolutely bananas. What a fantastic PvZ. Thanks again, RJB, for the replay. And yeah, man, we had Scouts, we had Guardians, we had one of the craziest drops I've ever seen that Sacsri actually succeeded with. I thought there was no chance this base was gonna die. Boy, was I wrong. He killed it. He built a base there. He held it scraptastically. The scrappiest 32-minute game maybe I've ever seen. But yeah, mined out here, probably mined out down here. And yeah, there's not a lot of places to expand on Blue Storm. You have these 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock bases, and that is it. And if your Zerg opponent has both of them, you're a dead nerd. You are the deadest of all possible nerds. So, oof, that was fun. That was incredibly fun. Do I want to epic tag this? There are Scouts and Guardians in this game. And Sacsri came back from being down about 40 supply and being on even income against SnOw to winning it in about a 6-minute span. Again, this is 2018 SnOw, so I mean, he hasn't quite accomplished all that he's accomplished yet. And Sacsri still is about the same player as he was in 2018. He's better, but relative to the other players, I don't think he's really raised in anyone's esteem. I like him, obviously. I mean, look at this game. How can you not like him? Is that in the middle of a burrow animation? That's cool. That's really neat stuff. But yeah, this battle here was epic. It was not huge armies crashing against each other. It was like 12 Zealots and a couple Archons and some High Templar and then like 5 Lurkers and maybe 6 Hydras and like blah, 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 blah. The Plagues were great. The Dark Swarms were great. When to use them was very smart by Sacsri. And then, yeah, just avoided losing a base. I guess this one died. He replanted it pretty much immediately, though, and it was never a problem again. I mean, mostly thanks to the Sunken and these spores here preventing drops from really doing a lot. That's a very small landing position, right? Very small landing position, so. That is a GG. That is such a fantastic, fantastic game. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you think this is an epic game. You know what? I'm going to tag it. It's got Scouts. Come on, it's got scouts in it. When do games have scouts? I mean, that Best versus Soma game I talked about from last week certainly did. So anyway, GG! Let's check out that final score. Sacsri getting the win. What a game. 258,000 and 241,000 points there in favor of Sacsri. He outproduced the Protoss 3-2-1 plus. Got outkilled by a 7-2 ratio. Not quite enough to keep up, was it? 29-1 buildings raised in favor of Sacsri is a massive number, and the outspend only by about 6,000 resources here in 32 minutes, but the future income played into it, right? He had the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock. Those are the only bases that really had income. He controlled the income for the rest of the game. SnOw was broke. SnOw had no more income. He could have tried to fight it, but he knew it was only a matter of time before he got overwhelmed and he tapped out before that income, before this total spent resource number got any worse, because it was going to get worse. All right, GG, and that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.